Give it a second here to pop on. Make sure that the chat is live. And make sure that we're streaming both on Facebook and YouTube. Let's see when this thing kicks in. I'm pretty sure it is right now, but I like to wait a second just to make sure. And it probably is working. Yeah, I think we're ready. Good afternoon, everybody. It's Wednesday, September 10th, 11:43 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Welcome back to CCC Entertainment Group's little live things we do, and well, at least I do. And I'm your director, Aaron Carlson. Hi. What's up, Signal? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, a little bit of different of a live today. I'll tell you what's going on with the film. I'll tell you what's going on with Jason Voorhees Nightmares in general, where we're at, what we're doing, and I want to talk about filmmaking in general a little bit here, and how, momentum and the drive to get it done, how it can stifle sometimes and make you feel a little, it's not easy. All right. What's up, Steve? Good to see you, man. There's a lot of stuff to it, guys. And that's something I don't think a lot of people consider, as consumers when they're watching movies. They're just watching what's on the screen. They're never really going deeper into thinking about how much work it takes and how many people are involved in it. And, besides the money, but just the time and the effort and the staging and the planning and just the amount of everything that you put into something to create for others to hopefully enjoy. It's not an easy thing to do. And as a filmmaker, when I'm watching other people's movies, it's really easy for me to like them and enjoy whatever it is on screen for the most part. There's movies I didn't really connect with, just like everybody else. However, I always appreciate the effort. I always appreciate the work. That's why I don't hate on movies, because I don't think anybody goes out to make a bad movie. I don't think that's their goal. And if they do make a bad movie, it's usually on purpose. So, but most of the time they really think what they're making is exceptional. And that's low budget all the way to Hollywood. So I don't believe that the normal consumer out there understands that it's a lifestyle and how much effort it really fucking takes. So when you're watching, I'll just use me for an example, online on Facebook, let's say, or Instagram, and you're seeing my posts constantly. Those things that I'm doing is to, highlight the talent and our actors and our crew, but it's also to, promote our films. So hopefully you'll click on a link one day and watch what we made. But it's also, my way of begging all of you to understand something, that this is a job. This is a career that, a lot of people out there have chosen to lock into and try to make a living at. So when you need others, you have to put in the effort to try to get their attention. That's what filmmaking is. At least for me, that's what it is. I don't know how the other filmmakers do it. I know a lot of them share some of their ideas and stuff, but for me, I'm very, very passionate about this career choice and very, excited about it, because I know how talented we are as a team, and I know how talented this cast and crew is that we've managed to put together over the years. So to me, it's like, this is the least I can do to showcase all of us, right? That's the key. So I want to talk a little bit about like the filmmaking process. And I'm the type of person that's usually the energy guy. I want to go. I want to go. I've been that way since I was a young guy. I played football. I was an athlete, ran track, made it to college. I was playing college ball. But what I learned as a young guy was, I was pushed by men. I was pushed by guys out there that believed you had more in you than you feel like you do, right? So those traits kind of stuck with me through my whole life. When the shit gets hard, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, like Billy Ocean said in the song. That thing resonates with me, and it always has. However, I am human. And there's sometimes when things happen and you shift and you change, and you've got to kind of rekindle that fire somehow. So I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Making movies is not easy. None of it is. I've been doing this shit for a very long time, professionally, since about 2017. But before that, for 15 years, I was like most of you guys out there, just seeing if I could make something that would be cool. And I had no idea what the fuck I was doing at all. I learned as I went. So right now, we had a week off, basically. And for the last 3 months, we've been filming Jason Voorhees Nightmares. And every weekend, we've been hitting it fucking hard. We have been going. And that's everybody has been boom, boom, boom. Our schedule was tight. Most people have day-to-day jobs. They have shit they got to do, right? And they don't have an opportunity to just film every day. So, if we have 19 to 20 days of shooting to do, it's not like we can do it all in a row. We have to do it on weekends. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Mark? Good to see you, man. Thanks for listening, bro. Thanks for listening. That's what's really cool about it, though. It's like, you find a way to get shit done. So here we are filming every weekend for the last 2.5 months. We're going on the 3rd month now. And we've got all of this movie shot except for maybe 4 shoots. And I'm talking two bigger shoots. Well, one big shoot this weekend that's coming up. And another smaller shoot, but it takes a lot of the cast members, right? And then there's little things we want to do to add to it. We've got perks we got to fulfill. A lot of fun things we got to do. That probably won't take a lot of time, but it still takes time to do it. Like a day here, a day here. A few hours here, a few hours here in a day. No big deal, right? Just to get everything filled in, all the gaps in the timeline. And that's something we can do. But here's the thing. Since we've been rolling for these last 2.5 months, you can, as a director and the showrunner and the leader of our team, I've noticed that, there's certain people out there that are putting in a lot of fucking work and time and energy. And it's hard for them because they've got lives outside of the filmmaking stuff. They've got families. They've got other jobs. They're burnt the fuck out. This is a big project we tried to do on no money. And not that would matter, because I know the team that I've put together. These guys are passionate about making quality material. They want to make movies that not only can highlight them, but also tell stories that excite them. And they're also very energetic about their performances. And that's behind the camera or in front of the camera. So it doesn't matter about the money with these guys. These guys want to make shit. That's why I handpick motherfuckers like this, because I'm just like them. We're very like-minded people, and I love it. I love it to death. Let's see who's in the chat here. Ian, what's up, man? Hey, Aaron, thanks for letting me be a part of Nightmares. I've had a blast. Buddy, you are so welcome. Thank you for joining us, man. It's been an honor having you and everybody else that's joined us on this. I couldn't thank you more for helping us, brother. Seriously, you're the best, dude. You're the best. Dave. What's up, Dave? Thanks for all the amazing work you all do. Can't wait to see this finished movie. Yeah, Dave, you're going to love it, man. You're going to love it. And that's kind of what I was rolling into right now. It's just one of those things where I want to be able to express my gratitude to all of you that put in such hard work in these days, but also how, it's also kind of tough to maintain it, that momentum, to keep it going. John, what's happening, big dog? You the man, bro. You're going to love your scenes too, man. I can't wait for you to see them. You're going to love them. What's up, man? Anyway, here we are. So like I said before, we've been going a couple months doing this shit. And we took a week off. And it's basically 2 weeks now. This would be the 2nd week that we haven't shot anything. And I can tell you, I went from a fucking high to a low. I am not the type of person that can take a break, if that makes sense. They hurt me. The energy is dropped, if that makes sense. I went from, film. It's going to be amazing, Mark. I already know. We got 1 hour and 20 minutes of it cut. You're going to fucking shit when you see this. What's John say? Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Very much. Thank you, bro. The momentum thing is a big deal because now that I feel like we've taken this break, it's taken a lot of juice out of me, if that makes sense. I'm not as fired up as I was because I sat on my ass now. And that's like, I don't know if anybody else is like me, but like I get up in the morning, I start going, right? I got shit to do. I got to go to the gym. I got to take my kids to school. I got to fucking, plan a day. I got to go to the grocery store. I got to plan dinner. I got to fucking do my work here and try to make money to pay the bills and do all that stuff. I also got to edit these films that we're working on. I got to communicate with everybody on our team, and I got to make sure that, they're all on the same page so that we meet at the same point at the end of the week. And I got to do all these things. And then I got to cook dinner. And when I get to that point, oh yeah, I got Sam too, and she needs stuff. And I got to run around. I'm all over town and I'm doing all this shit. And then I finally sit down and go and I start making dinner, and I go and I fucking cook and I show that to everybody on the little fucking video. And I'm like, hey, cool. And I eat. I'm fucking done. At that point, I'm fucking done. I eat and I am done. And I don't stop my day until I know for sure I can sit the fuck down. Once I sit down, I'm done. I'm done. And that's usually 7 o'clock, maybe 8. And then I don't move. And I know once I sit down on that fucking couch, I am done. I'm done. Okay, so taking a break on our production makes me feel that way. Now we were on a roll and I had a schedule. I was doing shit. Now that we've taken this break, I've lost my momentum. I feel like I sat on that fucking couch now. And now I got to rekindle that flame and find this energy back. And I'm just like, like every thought I have about this weekend shoot and trying to organize it and do everything is so fucking hard. It's so hard. And then organizing everybody's schedule. Some people can only be there a certain amount of time. Some people got to be there only 1 day. Some people can't be there 2 days. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. That's filmmaking. That's filmmaking. It's not easy, even for someone like me who can look like I'm like on top of the world all the time. Guys, I'm not. I'm struggling as a filmmaker. Okay. I know I've got the talent to do a lot of things, but in order to get yourself out there, it's a lot of work. Like I've got to go and find work. No one's calling me. No one's actually reaching out to me and going, hey, I got this project. Here's how you make money, Aaron, for your living. Oh, great. No, I got to fucking hunt for it. It's not easy. It's not easy. And, half the time I'm like super positive about this is going to work. And the other half, I'm like, I should go get a fucking job. That's the reality. But I don't say that stuff out loud because I try to manifest what I want, not what I have to have, if that makes sense. That's just me, though. That's just me. Let's see where we're at here. Aaron, focus. What's up? I love working with folks where the money isn't the driving factor. The creative is the best part. Me too, man. Me too. That's why I love each and every person that's been a part of this process in these films. And that's why each and every person that's been in this fucking film or series will be a part of anything I make for the rest of my life. Period. Bottom line, period. I appreciate each and every one of you more than you know. That's real shit. That's real shit. Steve says, nobody is like you. I don't know, man. I think a lot of people are, Steve. They just don't say it. I can't be the only one, brother. I know I can't be. Anyway, so how do you keep your momentum? How do you keep fired up about something where your energy level is dropped and you've got other people relying on you? How do you maintain that? How do you keep that push going? How do you be Rocky? How do you do it? I don't have an answer for anybody as to how I can. And right now I'm not feeling it at all. Honestly, I am tired. I want to just give up. I want to just sit on the couch and play Metal Gear. I looked at my bank account today and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Well, hit the freezer, see what's in there. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. And then all of a sudden, I know within a few weeks, guys, it'll all change. The movie will be almost done. The bank account will look better. I'll be cooking something really great. I still got on sale, but I'll be cooking something and I'll feel secure for a minute. It goes in waves like that. And, this is one of those down moments where not only we weren't filming, which was keeping me going through all the other real life stuff, but when we took a break from that, reality set in, and reality fucking sucks. Reality blows. And I don't care how great of a family you have or how much love and friends you have and all that shit. Like deep down, reality is just a fucking drag. Like how many fucking days are there? Like, if you get in that mode and you keep doing the same shit every fucking day, it's absolutely insane to me. That's why I love filmmaking. It's one of those things that is so different every day. It's not like doing dishes or folding laundry. You never know what you're going to get. There's this excitement there. You're living. You're living when you're making a movie. That's the crazy part about making films, and that's why I love it so much. It's just not the same mundane day in, day out bullshit. No, you never fucking know what you're going to get. That's the part of it I love. So when I'm missing that, my life feels boring. I lose my poop. I have no drive. And I feel really just mundane. Just bleh. I'm just like everybody else. I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to be more. And that's filmmaking, though. And I think that's the type of person you got to be in order to do this. You have to find your fire, your passion, your love for living, and why you're here on this fucking plane. Why are you here? What are you supposed to be doing? I've raised kids. I've been in a 20 plus year relationship with the woman I love. I'm very proud of everything I've accomplished in my life, and I'm proud of the mistakes I made because I've learned from them now. Being 52 years old, I've done that. But the thing is, it never stops. It doesn't stop. And here I am, and the team of creatives that have joined me and our team at CCC. We're all kind of just hoping for the best that we can get out of this industry and this choice we made to do this. And we're very adamant about making it work. And yet there's no guarantee. No guarantee. It's just belief and faith in the process and knowing who the fuck you are and why you do what you do. Yeah, I believe in that. I believe in that. And those are the things that keep me going, even when I feel like I do today, where I can't find myself. I can't find that push to email everybody and make sure that they've got what they need for this weekend and find the structure in my head and jot down a shot list and be ready for this weekend really well. I can't find it today. I can't find it. And that was funny too, because here's a live video I'm doing and just spilling the beans, like, like, hey, Aaron isn't all that either. I have a hard time with making movies. I have a hard time in life. It's not easy. Don't believe everything you see online to make it look like everything's fucking hunky dory and great all the time. It's not. And my life is no different than anybody else's. There's days where they're fucking great, and there's days when it's chill. And there's days when it fucking sucks and you're just not you. And I don't know why that happens to us as people, but it happens to everybody. And don't forget that shit. Just because you have a bad day today does not mean tomorrow needs to be, right? It doesn't mean that at all. You can definitely bounce back. You can always come back. Always come back if you want to. You can. You can. And I believe that. And I know that for a fact because I've done it over and over and over. In my entire life, I've done it. So my biggest thing is with filmmaking, if you don't really love doing this and you don't kind of see yourself being a professional filmmaker or video production person or whatever it is that you enjoy doing in this craft, if you don't feel that energy that I feel most days, this is not for you. You ain't gonna make it. Because it's not fucking easy at all. Aaron, it's definitely isn't easy during these lulls, but I try to still keep the juices flowing with writing or studying a new way to shoot something, etc. But it's tough sometimes. Yeah. And that's what I was doing for this last week. And even editing the film, that kept me busy for a while, Aaron. But I ain't gonna lie, you can't find the energy that you need when you're not around other energetic people weekly. I think it's a dose of medicine. It really is. When I'm on set with all you guys, there's a vibe that I get that just rekindles. It's like I recharge. And when you're filming with people like that, you you feed off of it, and that's where my energy comes from. When I'm not around it, I feel like I just lost my, like kryptonite just hit me. Like I got nothing. I got nothing. I miss it, and it's going to be really tough. And I know that's only during the film process. Because once I know the film is done and we shot it all, I'll shift gears and I'll be excited just to finish the movie in post now. But since it's not done yet, I feel this lull, and that's what's so hard about it. But yeah, good for you to be able to do that, though. I couldn't jump into something else while I'm trying to finish Nightmares. Yes, I got The Stranger. We got the Western coming. I wanted to jump in there. Steve even mentioned that to me. He's like, why don't you go write the Western? I'm like, I can't. I got to focus on Voorhees, man. I got to finish this. I got to finish what I start before I jump in and get 100% into something else. I can't go half-assed on a couple things at once. So, because I know I'll just change it later. So what's the fucking point of trying to do it now? Because I'm not all there. I'm still thinking about Michael Myers. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm at, guys. It's kind of crazy. What's up, Bob? How you doing, bro? Good to see you, man. And yes, sir. Yeah, I try to be real. You know that. I try to be. There's a lot of stuff I don't tell you guys, but I tell you most of everything. And speaking of being real, that's one thing I think that I'm going to do. We're going to do Around the Reel here. That's coming back. I miss doing the podcast. We had a very successful show for a good 5 years where we were amazed by the amount of people that listened, and it actually boosted us to, like, I don't know, where were we? 100 top 100 podcasts for a while in the film interview category. It was pretty cool. Yeah, we need to get back into that. And that's something I've been talking with the team about, trying to figure out a new format for the show and really get everybody back engaged in, the creative side of things, and be having real conversations with actors and artists and musicians, creatives across the board. It was a very cool thing, and I miss it. So we're going to bring that back soon. I was hoping to get back to it in September, but I'm thinking we're going to do October. October seems like a better way, so we can actually line up some really cool guests for everybody and get that show going again, because I really miss it. That's why I've been doing these lives. This is basically my way of doing a podcast, so it's important. Anyway, guys, so momentum. That's just, I want to just kind of tie this up in a quick bow. When you're making your movies out there, if you're doing anything in life, and you're feeling like you're going in the right direction, and then you kind of stall, or you kind of start falling down, take a minute and just evaluate things on your own. Don't take anybody else's advice. Don't talk to anybody. I mean, figure that shit out by yourself. Okay, that's the key. I think everybody relies on others to help them. No, I think you can do it yourself. It's self-help. You can do it on your own. Go fucking outside, stare at the fucking sky, look at a tree blowing in the wind, daydream. Just fucking daydream. I used to be a kid, and I'd look out the window and think about a life past the fucking food stamps my mom had, and I couldn't go to McDonald's. And I thought about it. And I made that, like, really a part of me. When I played football, I saw myself playing in the NFL. When I make movies, I saw myself in Hollywood. It never mattered what I did. I always saw myself somewhere else because I just visualized it, and people think I'm crazy for that, but they can fuck off. Like, what are you thinking about then? Not doing great? Like, why not? Why not do that? Who's going to do it for you? Nobody. So when you're in a lull, let's say you're making a movie and you're hitting these walls and yet you can't get around them. There's a way around them. You just haven't looked hard enough. You got to keep looking. Okay? Don't stop looking and don't stop trying. And even on days when you don't feel good and you're not yourself, push through that shit. I'm pushing through it today. I'm still doing work. I'm still trying to edit this film. I'm still looking at all the things I need to do and make sure that this is lined up. I'm still talking to a few of the actors for this weekend to try to plan how they get there. It's not like I haven't done it. I'm just not feeling it. And that feeling, I think, sometimes can be overwhelming for people that don't have that drive or that extra push to get over the top. Over the top. Sylvester Stallone. Anyway, I thought this was something that might be interesting to some filmmakers out there, especially filmmakers and you guys that watch movies and don't understand how hard this shit is to do. And the next time you're making a bad comment on somebody's movie, really think about the amount of work that they probably tried to do and put into that before you open your fucking mouth. I think you get a different appreciation for it. You don't have to like it, but you can always appreciate someone's effort. That's the point. And here we are. We've got a few shoots left in Jason Voorhees Nightmares, and I absolutely know a majority of you guys are going to really appreciate what we made. There's going to be a lot of people that don't. I don't give a fuck about them. I made it for the people who want to see it and like it. That's why I make movies. Everybody's got their reason why they do this stuff. But, here we are again. Like I said before, we've got a few weeks left. We've got to knock this stuff out. We're trying to just continue our GoFundMe campaign for this film just to help us get through these last few weeks of shoots. And then we got post-production work that we got to do and try to help us through that. There's a lot of stuff that we've got to get done to make sure this movie works. And I believe it will work. And I believe in you guys out there that have helped us so far. And I know that you guys have been talking about it. I know you've been spreading the word about the film, which is great. And I also know there's people out there that have not donated yet or have not been a part of this movie that would want to be if they knew about it. I think they would. I honestly know that. So if you know anybody that would love to be an associate producer on a film or to get a special thanks in this film or have any kind of perk they want from this film, tell them to check out our GoFundMe campaign for Jason Voorhees Nightmares, the final funds for this film to get us through the final month of filming and also the post-production. Once we get this thing done and this movie hits in March and we drop it in theaters and then we hit our YouTube premiere, you guys are going to fucking shit your pants when you see it. I'm telling you, it's that fucking good. It's really that good. And this is an indie film, low budget, 20 grand that we had to make this with a cast of, you guys have no idea how many people we've got in this movie. It's absolutely amazing. And just the smallest crew, handful of people that managed this entire production. It's fucking amazing what we did. It's fucking amazing. That's the effort I'm talking about. And that's the effort I think that most of you guys don't see. And the ones that have helped us, and on Indiegogo or GoFundMe, I applaud you for, believing in us. And you're going to be very proud of what you helped us make. It's pretty fucking cool, I'm telling you. If you have anybody out there that would like to back this film, let them know. Share our GoFundMe link to your feed. Reach out to people that you know. This cast and crew deserves it. They've worked their asses off, guys. I'm telling you. And I fight for them. I fight for me. I fight for Steve, Kelvin, Sam. I fight for all of us to get our brand, our films out there to show the world these creatives that have helped us do this, who have volunteered their time to make something great. These guys are awesome and they deserve your attention. They really do. They really do. So please check out everything that we've posted on YouTube for the Horrorverse. Please check out my page, the Horrorverse group chat we have, CCC Horrorverse's page that we have on Facebook. The thousands of people that follow this. Be a part of it. Help us out on GoFundMe. Believe in that stuff. These filmmakers that you see today are the filmmakers that could possibly be making movies in the future that you'll be watching on Netflix. Without these guys, we won't have movies anymore. And you'd be like, God, there's no movies coming out anymore. Well, you should have supported these people because there's talented people right here in this Washington state and all across the world that do what I'm doing. And they're great. And they're in the same boat we are, just looking for an opportunity to make something and have the support to help them make it, where you could be surprised for 2 hours about, wow, look what they made. How many movies have you seen that changed your life? How many pieces of music have you listened to that you never forget that remind you of something? How many books have you read that you can't ever drop and you reread them over and over and over again because you love them so much? That's art. That's being creative. And that's what this brings to this world. You guys can spend all your time talking about religion and politics and how much you hate your fucking neighbor, all you want. But bottom line, when you sit down at night, you're watching fucking something. You're reading fucking something. Or you're listening to fucking something. And you know it. And it's people like us that help that happen. So please consider always supporting indie filmmakers, indie artists across the board, indie musicians. I mean, these guys and gals believe in something. They're living. They're fucking living. Last one here, Craig. We believe in you, Aaron, and the entire team. Craig, I appreciate you so much, and thank you for backing us early on and being a part of this. I'm going to send you a message too, by the way, Craig, about the perk that we have to get satisfied. So I think you have some ideas. So if you don't hear from me by this weekend, definitely next week. Okay, brother? I got you. And I'll show you some stuff too, so you know exactly the look and everything when you guys do your perk. It'll be fun. We'll make it work, bro. But thank you. And Craig, guys, made a song for our film that is fucking phenomenal, and I can't wait for you guys to hear it in action in the film. It's great. It's great. Anyway, guys, thanks for letting me vent. It's funny how a live video can be also therapeutic. Aaron has a hard time too. It's not always easy. It's not supposed to be. If it was, we'd all be doing it, right? Yeah. Anyway, this weekend we have 2 more shoots to finalize one big scene, which is going to be a great scene. And I just got to get this thing fucking planned. It's Wednesday. I got time. We're not shooting until Saturday, so I'll be back. But I just wanted to share with you guys, like, real honest opinions of, what emotions can do to you, what momentum can do to you, whether you have it or you don't, and the fight you got to have inside yourself, and the mentality you have to have in order to succeed. You gotta find it. You just gotta find it. Okay. Don't forget that. Keep making your movies. Don't stop. Write, shoot, edit, repeat, do your thing. And that's about it. Love you guys.